Smoke a purse so sweet with Hot Thoughts TV.
Y'all know what the fuck we doing, man. It's Hot Thoughts TV. Niggas hot in the bitch, man.
I'm smoking a purse so sweet with Hot Thoughts TV.
What's up? It's TrakkSounds live at iMix Studios in Houston, Texas. With High Thought TV, Perso Suite. All right, bet. Boom. What's up? It's TrakkSounds live at iMix Studios in Houston, Texas. One of my boys from High Thought TV. This is Perso Suite checking in.
I guess collab.
Yeah, we got a couple of them. We have 2 collabs actually. So yeah, the feedback was great on that. We got a lot of love. It was at a weird time. It was right around the COVID time when everything was rolling out. So it was a really weird time in music and just life in general, which I mean, even still now. So I personally don't think it got as much push as it needed to, but I understand. It was just, and honestly, it was just bad timing, and there wasn't much to it because we already had a few things rolling out pre-COVID and the big single of it, and it went well though for sure. And Doe, like, man, that's been my dog since we met. Some people I just have a much better relationship with when we interact, and you can just tell. His manager is one of my really good friends too as well, B Hobbs. Like he was the first person when he ran the fix.com. He was the first person I started my compilation series with. So B Hobbs has always been one of my good friends. So we've always just kept a good relationship. I see what kind of fan base he has, and my beats and his sound click well together, which is, hard to find sometimes with some artists, especially with as many producers and stuff as there are out there, and as many artists as there are. So, yeah, I love working with Doe. We definitely got a lot more stuff coming, and just got to keep staying tuned. And he's always on the grind too. I expect a lot of big things from him as well. I'm not even, what's kind of funny, I mean, I've been DJing for a long time, but I'm not really a DJ. I kind of just did it as a fuck around, especially like in high school, I DJ parties and stuff. But then when Maxo, I've been real cool. I do a lot of stuff for Maxo. And when he got bigger and needed like an actual DJ for shows, I was like, well, this is one of those times if you got to step up to the opportunity. I bought my own gear, learned it, really got in tune and did a couple shows and everything was great. And we've always been like real cool. So that alone, that relationship alone, he trusts me. Has always trusted me with his music. So that kind of just went hand in hand. But my biggest fear was, like something was going to go wrong, the table stopped, especially because I'm not that experienced in it. But now we're 5-6 years deep, 4 or 5 tours in, like international tours. And I've only one time to this day, and if he was in here right now, he'd be busting out laughing. I've only one time to this day fucked up. And it was one of those things. I was clicking something on my computer, and right before I did it, I was like, I probably shouldn't do this shit while he's on stage. And we were in Denver. I'll never forget this. This is the last tour. My hi-hats clicked some shit, and the song just cut off mid-set. And he kind of just looked at me, and he luckily he's so professional. He made it smooth as hell. But he came up to me later. He was like, "Bro, what the fuck is wrong with you?" I was like, "Man, my bad, bro. I don't do that." And like we laugh about it all the time now. Even like the next day, he was cracking jokes on stage about it. So I earned that one. But other than that, knock on wood, I've never had anything crazy like that happen because I'm so prepared. Like I'm over prepared for it. I got multiple flash drives. I've walked on stage before. My laptop crashed right as I was walking on stage in Austin at a sold out show. But I was so prepared. I had multiple flash drives. Luckily, there was another DJ for the opener. He let me use his laptop. We solved it. I got a laptop fixed the next day, blah, blah, blah. But it was one of those things, I'm so over-prepared, and that is what has saved me most of the time. Because if a cable goes out, I already got an extra cable. My head, I have an extra of everything, too. So luckily, I've been able to not mess up a lot of DJing stuff. But it is very nerve-wracking, I am not going to lie. It is. It doesn't matter how many shows you do, you get up there with that. Because technical fairs, man, they're once a day, it seems like, especially being a producer, too. So I know how difficult they are. Yeah, no, I'm just building up my catalog, still, networking a lot and kind of just seeing what happens with the, next few months with the vaccine and, how restrictions and stuff like that go, because that kind of determines where I go, because if all that opens up, then we're back on tour, and if not, then, I'm still just building up the catalog in the studio, which I prefer as well. So, yeah, nothing too major. Just grinding, trying to figure it out like everybody else. Connect the dots, man, and keep coasting through. So we'll see what happens. Shit. If I gotta go to other countries to perform some of these crazy ass shows, absolutely getting that hoe. So, we went overseas last time and at the time of our lives. So I'm all for it if I gotta do it. So I'm not against it. I don't think not to even like get no political shit, but I don't think they're trying to brainwash little old me and XYZ amount of people. Like maybe so, but I don't. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'll take my chances. So I'll take my chances. I do a lot more crazier shit. So we'll see what's up. I think that's like it's so funny because I've been hearing that question for just so long. Like even since I like first got into it, it's just like that's the golden question in production shit. But I don't. I mean, obviously the difference between a producer and a beat maker is the producer really puts together the song and helps influence it, and maybe helps write the words or move some stuff. But in the end, man, I don't get tied up too much in it because there's so many people. A lot of the beats now, like there'll be 7, 8 people working on the beat, 6, 7 songwriters, and it's a team effort in most times, anyways. And I don't get too caught up in it, and I just keep cooking up and figure out where I can get my place in it. But because I don't try to overstep. I've considered myself a producer by far, but I don't overstep my boundaries in trying to tell somebody what to write and how to do this and how to do that, because that's what their strength is. Like they're not, whoever I'm working with, I already realize they're talented, and that why am I going to try to overshine their talent? It ain't like they're trying to come make the beat for me. So that's always been my view on it, and that may not be the same as other producers, but like at the same time, like there's I think if you're just involved with music and you're making good music and you're being creative, like you're still in the producer family. So I don't try to hate on it. You know what I'm saying? So loop makers, everybody, we're all one basically. It's just something everybody kept asking me. Like I had a lot of producers, like I got a lot of producers that followed me for years just because I've been doing it so consistent for years. That asked me similar questions like that, want to see how it is. And I kind of stopped doing them as much. I kind of got away from YouTube for a while for different reasons. And then now I'm actually back in like full force. So I probably will start doing more of them. I got quite a few I need to do. But I don't know. It's just something that a lot of people kept asking. And I always liked watching behind the beat stuff like growing up. Like I know I definitely wasn't like it. I saw multiple people do it before, maybe not the same style I did it, but going up, like I would go to YouTube University to learn how to make beats, watching old heat makers cook up beats in the studio. Man, there was just no name dudes that couldn't even guess what their names were, but they used to just like cook up on YouTube, and these were like the early people that inspired me to like try different stuff and learn what equipment to use and how to chop samples. And there was this one guy I don't even remember, he was like from Canada or something, could never guess his name if I wanted to now, but he had one where he had like $200. He was kind of flashing. He's like, yeah, I just sold some beats. I was like 13 or 14. I was like, oh shit, man, I can make like $200 selling beats. Like, this is crazy. Like, I got to do this shit too. Like, I already love music, but then it was like people were getting paid to like make beats and stuff. Like, I didn't even know that was a possibility when I was first starting. I just like making beats. And then that really was like, dang, people can like make this a job. Like, that's crazy. So yeah, it definitely is something that I need to get more back into, but it just inspired me a lot growing up too. So I hope it kind of does the same for others.